Welcome back to Rapping Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy T the Monster, and of course we are here with another episode of a Raw Recap. And if you haven't and you're new to the channel, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to reach 10,000 subscribers. 12,000 would be cool, but we're trying to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And also, as I say all the time, we're trying to get WrestleMania to Detroit by 2030. So that was my cat you just heard meowing. Let's get right into the show. So, Monday Night Raw, we kicked off with the Adam Pearce segment there with the three women, of course, with IYO, Rhea, and of course Bianca Belair. Got my notes here, so you see me looking down. It's me looking down at the notes. So, in the triple threat that's going to be at WrestleMania now, that's official, that we've been talking about here on the channel. It's kind of predictable that they were going to go do that. I kind of saw it happening from afar, especially with how they were building everything. So my question is, who's going to win this one? Honestly, I don't know. IYO SKY already coming in and walking in as WWE Women's World Champion. Women's World Heavyweight Champion. Rhea Ripley is who she won it from, and then of course Bianca Belair winning the Royal Rumble. So going into Mania, I honestly don't know who's going to win this one. Honestly, I would be okay with IYO retaining and then Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley kind of starting a feud off with each other. That'd be great. Otherwise, because to me, booking wise, what was the point of IYO really winning on a Monday Night Raw if that's the case, you know? So with Adam Pearce officially declaring that as a match at WrestleMania, it's going to be kind of nice to see like a women's triple threat. I don't think it's been one of those in a little minute. So a women's triple threat at WrestleMania with those three is going to be great. I think that it's going to be a great match, of course, but I think that IYO walks out champion still. Next, of course, we have Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Now, I want to talk about this match for a couple points. Number one, great match with these women. Like, Lyra Valkyria has been putting on like consistent like barn burning matches with anyone she's been in the ring with. And then also I want to mention the fact that Michael Cole said something. Michael Cole was like, Bayley has won in just about everything but the IC title. Duh, y'all just made the IC title a couple of months ago, so of course she didn't win that yet, Michael Cole. And I know you're a professional and you've been in the business for a while, so I mean, I know you probably figured that, and I know you're just probably trying to bring some people, the new audience, abreast of what's going on. But hey, I've been watching this for 30 plus years. I know what's going on. So for me as a fan who's been watching it, I get it. But to say that is like, it's kind of weird as to someone who's been watching WWE as long as I've been watching it. But these two women had a great match, like great match, solid match. I think it went on commercial twice, which tells you that they have a lot of invested into this match, especially in Lyra Valkyria. They put her in a match with Bayley, of course, to put on a solid match. I love that. There were two spots in this match that it felt like botches. I don't know if they meant them to go that way, but they did feel like botches. And of course we saw Lyra Valkyria like recover very, very well on them too. She didn't make them look like botches. Like, she recovered as if they were counters. And so one time for Lyra Valkyria, her career being as young as it is, and in the ring with a veteran like Bayley, if that was a botch, being sure to capitalize that so people still look great in the match and also being safe as well. My cat's over there going into all kinds of shit. After that, of course, we kind of had a rerun of something that we talked about before. They did have the United States versus Mexico, aka the LWO versus American Made. Now, this was a great match though. Like, even though this was kind of a rerun from what happened a couple weeks ago, this was still a great match with both teams, of course, getting their spots in, high quality spots, the chain wrestling, the fast-paced action and everything involved in that. Great match, of course, with these two teams. And then, of course, you saw what was a triple superplex. That's all like from the different corners. Great match of that. And I can't remember all the people's name at LWO, unfortunately. So I think it was Dragon Lee, actually. I think it was Dragon Lee who did the springboard and did that like spin with the shoulder shimmy off the top rope. Shout out to them, man. They put on a solid match. And then from there, of course, we ended up getting our own match, of course. Sorry, not our own match. We ended up getting a match out of that going into WrestleMania with El Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania 41. So who's going to be the winner of that? I think that probably Chad Gable, aka El Grande Americano, will probably win that one, but this does have potential to be a great match at WrestleMania with the veteran status of Rey Mysterio, him being in the ring with someone young, and still veteran status, of course, of Chad Gable. They can put on a solid match. After that, of course, we got Jey Uso confronting Gunther. Now, this segment pissed me off for the simple fact that if someone handcuffed me or zip tied me to a rope and beat the shit out of my brother in front of me and bloodied him and then bathed in his blood in front of me. If someone did this and then I see them the following week, I am not talking. I'm not saying shit. I'm not gonna be like, do you talk to your mama? Did you call your mother? What do you guys talk about? Normal mother-son stuff? How's it go? I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. Like, what are you doing, WWE? Jay looking weak as shit right now. His brother just got bloodied. Y'all got him out here walking up to Gunther. He comes out with no yeet, just black on and everything. He should have immediately started whooping Gunther's ass. Gunther come out here in the Mr. Bean suit and everything, and he just standing there looking goofy as shit with this dumbass smile on his face. And Jay just sitting there, you talk to your mom? He's like, yeah, you should call your mom before WrestleMania. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray that if Jay wins, which you probably will at WrestleMania, that every feud after this is Jay whooping the shit out of somebody, because he's looking weak this entire feud. On some real shit. Like, god damn it. Where's main event Jey Uso that we need from the bloodline? Every week he told me, so I was scared. I was scared of you, Gunther. What the fuck? Did you ever hear John Cena or any kind of champion before him saying that they were scared of the champion going into the match before any kind of main event? Like, what the fuck is going on here? Alright, now let me get back to my normal tone of voice before I start tripping in this bitch. My son's asleep. Next, there was the War Raiders versus the New Day. Now, this match was a little bit interesting to me, and I say that in the realm of it felt kind of flat after a while, because it's like, okay, I get the War Raiders, of course, them being the new hot tag team and things like that. To me, it's like, I feel the New Day doesn't need a tag team championship match or a tag team title shot, because they're already established as, you know, as a tag team. Now, if you just had them in the match with the belts on, when they weren't on the line, then cool, because the finish was what Ivar hit him with a chair or whatever it was for the disqualification. New Day wins, but they don't get the belts. Now, if you were setting this up for WrestleMania to where they're having a match, cool, I get it, which is probably what's going to happen. But for the most part, it did fall kind of flat. And if they are setting this up for a WrestleMania match, like, what's the build really? Like, it's going to seem, to me at least, it seems like this one came kind of out of nowhere, if that's what they're going to go with. But nonetheless, of course, Ivar and his partner, whom I can't think of the name of right now, the War Raiders, because they have to kind of like, you know, grow some steam on me. They put on a great match. It was good. You know, they're great competitors in the ring for their size, for them to be able to move around as much and as nimble as they do. Like, that's, and I love their chemistry where, like, you know, they're either screaming at each other across the ring to give it that real, like, I was gonna say Viking because that's who they were before, but just to give it that feel. So shout out to them, man. I hope that the War Raiders actually, like, I hope their gimmick gets all the way over and that they can, like, pop like Dudley Boy type shit. After that, of course, real quick, didn't they say like the Weeknd song was going to be the official theme song of WrestleMania? I could have sworn they said that the Weeknd was his song was the official theme song, because people online were talking about how it's been like that for the last like 3, 4, 5 years. But out of nowhere, Travis Scott's song Fiend is now the official song for WrestleMania. Does that mean that there are more than one official song for WrestleMania? And if there is more than one official song for WrestleMania, where they do that at when they start doing that shit? Because I feel like if you're gonna have a contract with somebody to do your shit, it should just be one song. Like, then it's kind of like reneging on the contract. But hey, that's corporate shit. That's billionaire shit. I have nothing to do with that yet. So then after that, of course, the War Raiders match, of course, there was a match with Dom Mysterio versus, I believe he faced Penta. Great match, of course. One time for the Mexicanos and the Latinos, going in their match, of course, and having on like a little luchador action. Put on that luchador action there in the ring. Dominik Mysterio, of course, being the son of Rey, way taller than Rey, but nonetheless, they put on a nice little match too, which kind of built toward the story of Dom and Finn and the dissension of the Judgment Day, and then the Fatal 4-Way that is now official, which we've been speaking about here on the channel for WrestleMania. So obviously Finn was a tad salty that Dom got added into the match, which, like I said before, in a couple weeks prior, leads to the dissension of the Judgment Day. What I think should happen is, during this match, I think that Bron should win. He should still get over and win, of course. Bron Breakker should still win because he's on a hell of a run. It should come down to him and Penta having a great match. But think of all the people that are in this match with them. You got Bron Breakker, young, Finn Balor, veteran, Dom Mysterio, coming up to be a veteran. He's still young, but still also a veteran. And then you got Penta, new guy, but still a veteran. There's so much that can happen in this match. And low-key, this can probably steal the night because of the different chemistry that's in that ring. Of course, Finn being the high flyer that he is, and him being having the size and skill he does, along with Penta and Dom. But of course, I do think that Bron Breakker is going to go over and win, and I think it should end with Finn beating the shit out of Dominik Mysterio, like so bad to the point to where the Judgment Day and Carlito comes out and they jump him, and it crosses Dom over his face, where Dom's kind of like on his own now, and then maybe he challenges for a belt. We'll see. I think Dom has, just between me and whoever the fuck is listening now, I think Dom has the mystique and the Mysterio. He has the mystique and he has the ability to be a great face too, just as much as he is a great heel. Just depends on the right storyline to flip him. Then, of course, after that, the ending segment on the show was, of course, with Paul Heyman in the ring with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins getting in his head, playing as Michael Cole would say, playing the mind games with Paul Heyman, basically saying, "Hey, Roman doesn't love you. He treated you like shit when you were with the bloodline. After he left at Mania, he left you by yourself on an island. Solo beat your ass. Jacob beat your ass. He didn't come help you." And he was getting in his head a little bit. You can see Paul's reaction, and then, of course, shout out to Paul Heyman for being the master actor that he is in this, of course, and giving us A1, 100% grade A facial reactions, non-verbal communication, like just telling the story without even saying a word. And then, of course, it got physical, of course, because Seth was like, "Well, what are you going to do? There's no one here to help you," type shit. And then, of course, he pushes Paul, slaps Paul. Paul said, "If you put your hands on me one more time." And then, of course, Seth pushes him, like kind of corners him a little bit. CMpunk comes out, beats up Seth Rollins, end up curb stomping CMpunk, and is about to curb stomp Paul Heyman. And then Seth is like, now you owe me a favor. Now, for my man's Paul Heyman, it's gonna be a long week, because you can see it on his face how stressed he been. If I was Paul Heyman, and he's done this before, and I can kind of see this happening. If I was Paul Heyman with all the stress and everything, I wouldn't shave until WrestleMania. I will look distraught because of the stress, kind of like how he did with Jacob when they ended with Solo and Jacob and all them, put him through the table. I would grow my beard like how Paul did before. I would grow out my facial hair. I would put the drops in, because he's been stressing, man. Paul Heyman got quite the shit to deal with until fucking April 19th in 12 days. That's it. He needs to go holler at RVD for real, so he can get his nerves calm. But that's all I got for you guys here today on Rapping and Wrestling. If you haven't, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, of course. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers, and we're trying to get to 10,000 by the end of the year. And of course, if you haven't, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. The goal is to bring WrestleMania to Detroit by 2030. Make it happen, because damn it, New Orleans had it 12 times in the last 60 years. I know the math ain't mathing on that one, but think about it. I'll see y'all later. Peace.